Hey YouTube, it's Mike Penn Gangster here, and today I'm bringing you guys the best 4-1-2-1-2 team that you could be using right now. That I will actually guarantee people that if you use this particular team, you're gonna have extra success in your weekend league, in your division rivals, and so on. Now, it's not very it's not very cheap, of course, but every position that I'm going to show you, I'm going to set up the team in the 4-5-1, and then we're going to go into the 4-1-2-1-2 and show you exactly how they look like and why this is the best setup and best players you could use for the 4-1-2-1-2, which is considered the meta formation to use right now. I'm telling you, I've been having a lot of success with it. For people that watched earlier videos of me, you'll know the success that I've been having with it. So I'm telling you guys, go check out the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow tactics. There's many out there. Some of them are insane. You got to be playing this formation, and I'm going to show you the team that you got to be playing with. Like I said, it's not a cheap team. There's some players that you may not be able to afford. There's also some that are SBC players. But every position, I will actually tell you which other player you could use in that position that will be very, very similar to that player. Now, if you could actually copy paste the exact team that I'm using, it's even better. Okay, except for the goalie. The goalie in this game, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's simple as that. So we're gonna get into it. As you can see, there's a lot of players on the bench that don't make the team, and there's some pretty crazy players there. Okay, um, so when it comes to goaltenders, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. Okay, there's some that are better than others, of course. Now I did Peter Check, so for me, Peter Check is going in. Okay, now there's other cards you could use here, of course, but like I said, I have Peter Check. I'm gonna use Peter Check. This is one position that is very changeable by anybody, right? Okay, so we're gonna start off right away with, I believe right now in the game, probably the probably the best combo in the back. Okay, the best center backs in the game right now, and one of them is an SBC. I'm telling you guys, do not hesitate on this card. If he's still available, do him. Hopefully you guys did him because I'm telling you he is cracked. Okay, so we're gonna get into the center backs, and as you can see, it's gonna be Varane with my boy Koza. Okay, so of course the SBC guy is Causa. I'm telling you guys, do not hesitate on doing Causa. Okay, he is very, very, very good. Okay, for me as a gold center back, I believe Varane is the best. I've used him multiple times throughout the year, mostly in foot drafts, on and off. I've been using him on my second account. He's insane. Okay, Varane is better than Marquinhos, and I've used Marquinhos for like, oh my god, like 300 plus games, 400 plus games. I'm telling you, Varane's better. Okay, so that's for me right there. It's one of the best combinations of center backs in the game. Okay, I think everybody at this stage of the game could afford these two guys. Again, if you don't have check, that's okay. Put a Lloris in there. Put something else. Put a French goalie. Put Pope. I don't know. Put somebody in there. It doesn't really matter. Of course, you want him on 10, so maybe Lloris would probably be the best, or the new Magnan or whatever the guy's name is, the guy from the Italian Serie A, the French goalie. You could put him. Whatever. Goalies doesn't really matter that much. Okay, so these are the two best for me center backs in the game. Okay, the best right back in the game, without no doubt, is the big boy Atal. Okay. Now the problem with this one is because I have the red one, but I would tell people to get is 84 or 85. The 84 is already good enough. Even the 81 is already pretty cracked. Okay. Now I'm using that one because I have him as a red pick. Of course, I would like to upgrade him to the 84 or 85, and I do have the coins for it. But for the moment, I'm just being a little bit cheap. But I'm telling you guys, Atal is considered probably the best right back in the game. I'm telling you, better than Hakimi, better than any other right back in the game. He is up there as the top right back in the game. He is insane. Okay, he's got also a 5-star weak foot. He's crazy. Um, for the left back, as you can see, I have Roberto Carlos on the bench. There's a guy that came out. Okay, and man, I'm telling you, this guy is real. This guy is the real deal. Now, are they players that are better than him? I would say yes. But is he up there as one of the top left backs in the games right now? I would say yes. Okay, there's other guys that are there, like Tio, like of course Roberto Carlos and all that. But I'm telling you, try this, give this guy a try. He's not expensive right now, and he's really, really, really good. Okay, so that's the back line. I think this is one of the best back lines you're gonna have playing the 4-1-2-1-2. Okay, let's get into the let's get into. Oh no, actually, you know what? Let's get into the center mid. Uh, Awar will be one of them, but that's not the one that I'm using. It's gonna be Gunduzi. Guys, this card is gonna go up in price. So I suggest if you didn't get him untradeable, go buy him as fast as possible. He is amazing, okay? He is as good as a Hullet, as good as a Vieira, as good as Fofana. As you can see, I have Fofana on the bench. If you haven't done Fofana, you know what I mean? You need this card. This card is cracked. You should buy this card just for the animation of seeing him run around with his air like floating everywhere, okay? I'm telling you, Ganduzi is the real deal, okay? He is amazing. So he's one of your center mids because he's not your CDM. Now, for CDM, I've done Patrick Vieira, okay? Again, I will tell you guys all the other players in every position that you could use if you don't have these cards, okay? Um, of course, not everybody is able to afford like a Vieira, or not everybody is able to complete him as an SBC, but there's cards that could replace him, and one of them, of course, the card that could replace him is a Kante, okay? Sure, Kante is also expensive, but you have to understand, guys, if you want the best team to play the 4-1-2-1-2, it's not going to be cheap, okay? Unfortunate, you're going to have to dish out, you know, and pay for the best players, right? But it's not like out of the access, you know, like there, you could create this team. Like if you look at that back line, okay, it's not the most expensive back line, okay, and it's crazy as a back line. Gunduzi is starting to get expensive. He's about 170k. That's why you should get him as quickly as possible because he is insane in this game. And Vieira, of course, like I said, like if you can't get Vieira, the best possible replacement is Kante. Okay, now we're gonna go into the other center mid, which you guys did see. Um, it was Awar. Now, again, not everybody completed this card. Unfortunate, the cards that replace cards like this don't really exist in this game. This is why, if he's still available, do not hesitate on doing a card like this. He is very, very good. There's other cards you could use, like also Fofana and all that, but because as you can see, I'm using more of a League One here, so Fofana will be the other card you could use. There's other cards that you could use, but Awar is the real deal right here. He just works very fine because he's very good defensively and he's also very good going frontwards. And this is why the combination of having Patrick Vieira as your CDM and having Awar and Gunduzi as your center mids in the 4-1-2-1-2, it creates a very good defensive midfield, but also a very good offensive midfield. Okay, um, this is where it's going to get a little bit pricey. Well, actually, no, this is not pricey. The striker position right now, I believe that Jonathan David is better. Okay, I'm gonna say it. He's better than Mbappe. I've played with Mbappe. I'm telling you guys, Jonathan David is better as a striker. The reason why I say this is because he's more of a finisher. Now, if you're somebody that likes to play over the tops and through balls, yes, Mbappe is better. But if you're playing 4-2-1-2, you gotta understand why David is a better fitted in this formation because the guy that's gonna play next to him is an expensive card, but he's gonna have a 5-star weak foot, and there's no one else but the real deal. Like I'm telling you, when it comes to like best cards in the game, Neymar is one of them. Now, of course, not everybody could afford his team of the week. Not everybody has the red one like I do, but his regular gold one is expensive still. But I'm telling you guys, as a striker, he is insane. And you can see like why are you using Neymar as a striker in the 4-1-2-1-2? It's because my middle cam is also the other insane player that everybody should be playing with right now because he's so cheap. You could buy Messi for 300k. This right here is the best 4-1-2-1-2 team right now that you could actually create. Okay. Again, it's not cheap. You know, people that don't have Messi, for example, don't have the coins of Messi, but they created Salah. You could put Salah there. Salah will give you a pretty decent return as a cam, but he does have a 3-star weak foot, so it kind of like, it kind of hurts. That's why Messi is just much better as that middle cam in the 4-1-2-1-2. I will show you exactly how the team looks like in the 4-1-2-1-2. So we're just gonna go into the 4-1-2-1-2 so you guys could see how it looks like. Of course, it's the second variation. Um, so let's put the players as they would be, okay? So this is how it would look like, okay? So again, this is insane. When you look at the back line, you look at the midfield, and you look at your strikers, like your top three. I'm telling you guys have to try this team out. This is the best. I believe this is the best 4-1-2-1-2 team out there right now. As strikers, again, there's many different strikers you could use, but I'm telling you guys, Jonathan David is amazing. Neymar and Messi are at this point in the game. You need cards like this, especially for their price that they are going for right now. Whatever you're trying to do in this game, okay, if you want to have the best success, you have to have cards like Neymar. You have to have cards like Messi. You need overpowered cards like Jonathan David, like Ganduzi, like Awar. You need these type of cards like Koza, Delaney, a Varane, a Natal. Every position is cracked right now for the 4-1-2-1-2. I'm telling you, when people come up against this team, if you're a decent enough player, I'm telling you, you're gonna win extra games playing with this particular team in the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. And not only that, you could play the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow with this team, you could play the 4-2-2-2 with this team, you could play the 4-2-3-1 with this team. You could do whatever you want with this team. This team works in every formation, but I would recommend everybody playing the 4-1-2-1-2. I'm telling you, the 4-2-1-2 narrow right now is the most OP formation in the game. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this squad. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.